Well, happy Saturday, everybody. And little Annabelle, thank you for joining me again today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Sarah. This is really fun.
Yeah, so you really were a hit on Wednesday Live. And so Get Haunted, we asked you, like, since you are Get Haunted's little Annabelle, we asked you, like, would you help us with some, PSAs, some promos? And you seem to be really, really excited about that.
Yeah, well, it's I don't get out a lot, so being part of things is it's truly an honor,
Yeah.
um, and I do care. So, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, and to everybody that listen. You know, I keep getting messages from people, but it's hard for me to respond because I really don't have thumbs. So this is my way of saying thank you.
Yeah, it's a good way for, I think, for people to get to understand who you really are, little Annabelle. So, we've gotten some questions for you already. We talked to you a little bit about that, but we touched on this a little bit on Wednesday. Like, how does like it keeps we you've actually gotten we did post you up, right? And because our friend and your friend Danny did a little clip from our Wednesday live, right?
Yeah.
And people have been making comments, and you've kind of gotten a couple comments that you're fake.
Yeah, I saw one earlier. They showed me that so I can assure you, um, I'm real. Like as much as you're real, like these are the hurtful things
Yeah. Yeah.
that I just don't like. Look, I'm dancing right now. Um, it's I'm as real as anybody wants me to be. It does hurt my feelings a little bit. I'm always in competition with someone else, and these are the things that make me sad and angry sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Well, would you like to see or know who's saying hello to you?
Uh, yeah, listen, I'm still learning how to read, so yes, please let's hear it.
Okay, well, of course, Stacy, our friend Stacy is here. Professor T. He's first, and he saw that you were coming on. He's got to, he had to come and
Uh,
support you.
I've heard so much about him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. And then we have Danny Marie, of course, saying hello. Danny.
I know
Um,
Danny.
Courtney, Miss Courtney is here, our program manager, and she is such a huge help to the paranormal community, little Annabelle. She's so good about sharing. And so I think sharing your message out might be something she'll want to add to
Yeah,
her.
I truly appreciate Danny and all the things she does for us and the community. So thank you, Danny, if
Well,
you're
that was
watching.
it was Courtney and Danny, but yes.
Oh, Courtney too. Yes, but she's always in jail, so
She does go to jail a lot. She
I
does.
don't know what to think about her yet.
Little Annabelle, so excited. Ryan is here. He's from CNR Paranormal. And you know what, little Annabelle? He and his co-host Chris Cash are bringing their show to the Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program.
I, I already knew about that. And
Oh,
so, you know, like sometimes people don't have to tell me things. I already know things.
yeah.
Um, we can get deeper into that at some point down the road. But I'm excited because they're, from what I've heard and what I know, they're two of the nicest people out there.
They really are. And they had a great investigation. I can't wait to hear. They went to something called, I think it's the Museum of Lost Souls. And you know
Oh,
what, little Annabelle? I feel like that would be something that maybe would be something right in your wheelhouse.
well, I kind of know a little bit about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
good.
I don't want to mess up her last name, but Carol is here, and I know you've seen her come on our lives. Carol is saying hi to
Hi,
everyone.
Carol. Hi.
We have Stephen Kometz from Digging Deeper. He is here. We love our Stephen.
Steven.
Candy is here. And little Annabelle, that's one of the PSAs that you've got for us today. We're going to be touching on um, the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. So you're going to be helping us sort of give some information out about that. And I'm excited because the big Annabelle's going to be there at Rock Island, and that's already getting there's a lot of big opinions that fly around about that. We touched on that on Wednesday, and you said that was sort of hurtful for you.
Well, I've been walking in her shadow for quite some time now. You
Yeah.
know, in a weird way, I look at her as my big cousin, but I'm tired of being blamed for the things that people
Yeah.
think she does. So, you
Yeah.
know, I'm just here just to spread.
Wait, wait, little Annabelle, why
What?
would you get blamed for the things that like you just said, you get blamed for the things they say she does. So, do you feel like you're a scapegoat?
I feel a little bit like a scapegoat sometimes. I'm just here, you
Yeah.
know, watching. They put the TV on for me sometimes.
Mhm.
Um, And then every now and then they let me look at the dog. But I'm just here. I can't like leave because, you
Yeah.
know, unless
Yeah,
they open the door, then
yeah,
I
you're
can get out, you know. But
you have a little frog in your throat there, little Annabelle?
um, do I?
I don't know, maybe.
Um,
Ryan is saying thank you so much for the kind words. We have Cold Spotters, Beyond Life Paranormal Research, Missouri. Cold Spotters, Missouri is here
oh
saying
my God.
hello.
Yeah.
Candy can't wait to meet you. Kent is saying good afternoon to myself and to little Annabelle. And Christine Marie is here. Hello, Christine. And
Hi, everyone.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy is here. Listen, again, we just want to make this clear. This is Get Haunted's little Annabelle. She is our real little Annabelle that we have and we love. And before we do a couple of PSAs, I wanted to ask you, little Annabelle, are you going to be doing some traveling with Get Haunted?
So yeah, I talked to Rob a little bit about this, and he told me you asked. So yeah, I think I'm gonna come with you guys to the Rock Island. So I have a question.
Yeah,
Um, is it really an island made out of rocks?
kinda. It is a town, a city that is surrounded by water. So technically, it's an island.
And is my bigger cousin gonna be there?
She is coming. We are really excited to announce, and you haven't seen, but let me tell you something. We have been doing a lot of promos out there for the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo, and that is October 4th in Rock Island, Illinois. Nesper, oh, Miss Denise Pack is here. Nesper is bringing the Devils on the Run tour, little Annabelle, and that will feature the big Annabelle that they will bring, along with many, many other artifacts and haunted items. And this was a question I had for you because, the Warren Occult Museum has a lot of haunted items and artifacts and things that Ed and Lorraine had collected over their years in the paranormal. And it's so interesting to me. And I wondered if it was to you why no other item that they are bringing gets the same attention as Annabelle.
Well, I mean, first of all, look at us. I mean, we're about as adorable as it gets. My
True.
hair is done perfectly almost every day. My eyeshadow is proper. I got a cute little button nose. So, compared to other artifacts,
Mhm.
um, we're just cute. And, you may know this, but sometimes we're treated unfairly when we're cuter than everybody else.
Yeah, I don't. But you know what? I don't. I just want you to know your nose isn't a button. It's a cute triangle.
Wait, what?
Yeah, your eyes are buttons. Mark Brown is here too. Um,
I love him.
he said he's wondering what the heck he's watching.
Is he Bells and Badasses?
Or badasses and bells. Yes.
One of those things. I told you I can't read yet.
So Denise is, I don't know why Denise is trying to picture Rob as a woman right now, but
A lot of people do that, Denise. It's okay.
But let's get into some of our PSAs, and because we brought up Rock Island, and because the Big Annabelle is out there, along with many other items that did come from the Warren Occult Museum. When something like that does hit the social media networks, the reality is the ticket scammers come out.
Yeah, that I have a question. Do I have to buy a ticket to meet my older cousin?
No,
Okay.
actually,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna work that out with Dan, and of
Uh,
course
because
Tony
some
and
some some person sent me a message last night with tickets for sale, and I just and they were discounted, so I
yeah,
don't work a lot,
yeah.
so I need, I'm watching my
You don't
dollars
get
and
paid. You
cents.
don't get paid for your appearances.
I'm about to though, I think,
Mhm,
because it's unfair
mhm.
in some ways for one doll to monopolize the entire planet. So it's my turn. It's my turn to shine.
Yeah. Well, so, like you said, people are sending emails and putting comments at some of the events or some of the promos for these upcoming events that will be hosting um, the Devils on the Run tour. And they're saying, oh, conflict. I bought these tickets and now I can't go. We'll sell them. And we wanted to be sure, little Annabelle, that everybody understood when you are purchasing your tickets for Rock Island and or for really any of the Devils on the Run tour that Annabelle will be at, there are only two ways, sometimes three ways that you can purchase these tickets.
This is correct. Yes.
What? Did you know your light just went out, little Annabelle?
Well,
I don't know. It's like a light just went off.
it's
I don't.
I did see a little flash, and I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, Russell saying hello to you and to everybody, little Annabelle. So let's go over that. If you are looking for tickets to the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo, which is October 4th, the ways you can purchase those tickets, along with the ticket to get you inside the Devils on the Run tour hosted by Nesper inside Rock Island, you can go to extremeticketing.com, and that is extreme with an X.com, and you will scroll down to find the Rock Island Roadhouse event. The other way you can find it is if you go to the warrensconvention.com and scroll and find the Rock Island Expo on their website, and that will lead you right back to extremeticketing.com. And you do have an option of buying directly at the door at Rock Island. Those are the only three ways, little Annabelle. Only
That's,
three ways that you can get a
yeah.
ticket.
They can also send me Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, but see, that's a little bit of a scam.
Oh
See,
wait,
little
okay.
Annabelle.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a we're keeping this super legit. So, if for any reason you are out there and you see tickets or somebody claims they have purchased tickets and now they can't make that event, please know that all tickets sold through Extreme Ticketing for the Rock Island event, they're non-transferable and there is no refund. So, if you did purchase a ticket from somebody, guess what? It's not transferable.
Yeah.
We won't know. We are checking IDs with the tickets to make sure that it is legit. And then if you want to go to any of the other Devils on the Run tours that are out there, there's, I believe, Gettysburg is out there. I'm not quite sure outside of that because I don't have all of their events memorized yet. But again, extremeticketing.com. There is no other way, folks. So don't get scammed. It's just what happens, little Annabelle. It just when something
Yeah.
big like Big Annabelle gets out there,
Yeah.
people are scamming.
Yeah. So, if a scammer reaches out to you, just let me know. Give me their names,
Mhm.
and yeah, because I don't like that. So just give me their names, and yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I'll talk to them. And I'm just curious, is Kent Wilson a bot?
He's not a
That
bot.
dude's having
No,
conversations with people. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
he's, he's not a bot. He is
Oh,
just He is. Ryan's telling you you have a very nice outfit on today. That is correct, Denise. The Big Annabelle will be at Scarefest October in Lexington as well. That will be after the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. Before we
Wait, hold
what?
on.
What?
Ryan said I look nice.
Ryan, yeah, from CNR, yeah.
Is he single?
He's not. He's married.
Can you ask him for me?
Well, I'm almost positive Ryan's married.
Oh,
Little Annabelle, you're always trying to hit on the guys of the paranormal.
no.
And you know, I have a question. If you guys have a question for he's laughing. I know he's not laughing at you. He's laughing with you, little Annabelle.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Jason McRae. Hi, Jason, our friends from Canada.
Oh, he's another one.
So if you guys have just a question for her, we're going to let you ask a question. But I have a question for you. Again, because we've been talking about all of sort of the hubbub, right?
Chris,
That's been what?
is Chris Cash single?
I don't. Hey, Lil Annabelle, this is not a dating service.
Well, look, I like his last name.
Yeah, Chris Cash. I don't know. Well, I believe he is married to Cheyenne.
He sounds perfect.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
married.
I'm
They're
sorry.
too nice to not be married. So with all the hubbub going on with the tour, and especially it's really that Annabelle has caught the attention. And I know the Shadow Doll,
Oh,
Damien. Here's Damien. He says, I'm single,
Damien's
Annabelle, and I
single.
give good hugs.
Oh,
Okay, but calm down, little Annabelle.
I'm sorry. Damien just, reach out.
Chris Cash just chimed in and he said, I'm married, unfortunately. So,
Oh, man.
see, but you can't get a guy from Scotland like the accent. Do you
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what do you think? And you got the red hair. I think that would work over there.
Yeah, maybe we have something.
Maybe you have something. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, but listen, with all the hubbub coming around Big Annabelle
yeah.
and doing the tour, some of even the celebrities have gotten involved in it. Like, what does that make you feel like to watch her get all this attention?
Well, they say good things come in small packages.
Fun size?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. My allergies are kicking in. So, yeah, look, you know, some people take credit for everything out there, and I just want to say I'm about to throw my hat in the ring because, um, you know, I'm tired of being a scapegoat too. So, we might team up and create a lot of havoc.
Yeah, maybe. Can you imagine Big Annabelle, Little Annabelle, Kent Wilson coming in with a great motto for the Get On a Dating Service, the dating service with results so good we raise the dead. Now, Little Annabelle, do you consider yourself living or?
Why wouldn't I? What kind of question is that?
Well,
Wait,
I don't know. Like, I'm curious, like sort of where you come from.
um, well, I've always been told that I was created
Mhm.
um, a while ago. I think I'm about 4 or 5 years old now. I don't know if that's years, centuries,
Mhm.
millennia. I don't know, but that's what that's what I was told. But now you're making me nervous
Why am I making you nervous?
because like I don't even. I just thought I was a normal little doll.
Yeah, well, I don't think maybe there is a theory out there that the other side doesn't have concept of time. So maybe age just isn't a thing.
Okay, can you? You're gonna have to explain this to me later, or have Rob do it.
Yeah, we'll have more conversations about that. But Damien wants to know who would win in a game of thumb wars between Little Annabelle and Big Annabelle.
Um, some people would assume that the bigger thumb would win, even though they're not really thumbs; they're more like humps. Um, but I have the ability to maneuver a little bit quicker due to my smaller humps. That
Okay.
is that funny?
No. We have another comment from Miss Denise Peck, which people might know that we do have the trifecta coming up May 31st in West Point, Kentucky. Little Annabelle needs to come to trifecta. She can sleep with Ernie Pack. So, what do you think about that? Would you like to meet? I wonder, Little Annabelle, if you were to travel to West Point, Kentucky for the trifecta and you got to be in Kentucky's most haunted house, would you? You all right?
I'm sorry, I got excited.
Okay, do you think you would get along with the children in that house and the other dolls? I wonder if they have haunted dolls in that. Oh, I'm sorry, and I don't know, like, I don't know if you identify as a haunted doll.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, little Annabelle.
Um, I get, I mean, this is what people are saying. So, even that's why I asked. Your question is confusing me. Like if I know when I was born, like all these things are now coming to light that have me concerned.
Yeah, so you don't
Um,
con so you don't go with you're a haunted item.
I just thought I was a sweetheart of a little girl.
Yeah, I love that. I do love that you don't identify as that, and that might make a big difference. Denise says we do have dolls, but none that are haunted that they know of. So
Oh,
maybe you could help discover if there is one there.
I might haunt Ernie that night if you let me sleep
Maybe.
with him.
Maybe, maybe. Question from Damien again. What dessert do you miss not having anymore since you don't eat? And that's assuming that you did live a living life before. But have you ever heard Rob or Danny speak of anything sweet? And do you even know what sweet is?
Um, I, I know what sweet is. I do miss having um edamame.
That's not sweet though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I do miss having nerd clusters.
What?
Nerd clusters.
Oh. Okay, so you might not be much of an old spirit. Damien, though, again, he wants to know why would you pick this? And this is something that we are going to probably get into with you. So maybe now that you know these questions are out there, why would you pick being the Raggedy Ann version, and not say a shark and eat people?
Um, part of me feels like this is a trick question. Um, Damien. And I just I don't know. I don't think I picked the doll picked me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think, little Annabelle, you're such a great to me, something to focus on and ask those questions, especially since this Devils on the Tour is going on right now. Plus, haunted items in general truly intrigue people.
Yeah,
Um,
they seem to intrigue people, infuriate people,
yeah,
confuse people.
mhm.
There's a lot happening right now in the world, and I
there,
just I
there
just want world peace.
Yeah, there really is. So, yeah, you're going to start seeing there are a lot of posts going out, and this is Get Haunted's Little Annabelle. We mean zero disrespect to Nespers and the Warrens Occult Museum Annabelle. This is just our way to sort of honor and as everybody's talking about the tour, it's intriguing how one Raggedy Ann doll became the center of controversy for the paranormal, the big belief in it and the disbelief in it and the fights that go on. It is truly one of I think out of everything, even if you're not in the paranormal, little Annabelle, people know who Annabelle is.
Everyone knows who she is.
Yeah, Damien
Yeah,
just said Annabelle is a diamond in a world of coal.
I love you for
What
saying
handling
that.
pressure turns you into. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
You know,
Ryan is
doll.
asking, Ryan has a question for you. He said,
Okay.
oh, gosh, I can't get this up. He said, little Annabelle, how do you feel about the other big dolls, Peggy the doll and Robert the doll? So I did. Hi, Joanne. Ryan, you know what's so interesting? I actually saw a comment in a post and somebody said, Annabelle ain't anything. This is exactly how it was written. Annabelle ain't anything. Let's see Robert the doll. Now, little Annabelle, I don't know if you know much about Robert the doll, but how does Peggy and Robert sort of stack up against Annabelle?
Well, I haven't done a lot of research. Here's what I know.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
And there's some insider information that I don't know if is appropriate to share, but they're all working together. Um, they work in
Oh,
the background. They share this plan
mhm,
with each other on how to upset everybody on the planet. So they're, um, they send these. There's something called Dollbuck, where we all have accounts
yeah.
and we just send each other messages in the doll world,
Mhm.
and then the regular human beings get all upset. So I think they're very nice, all of them.
Yeah, isn't it interesting though? Like that brings up that's such a great question, Ryan, and it makes you wonder why some people can put the belief into Robert the doll or Peggy the doll, but not into Annabelle or vice versa. It's so intriguing to me. Like the is it who told the story versus what the doll actually is? There's so much to dig into,
I
little
don't know.
Annabelle.
And if you go on the dark web, um, there's something called DollTube where we all make videos about
Oof.
living people.
Oh, you go ahead. Yeah, we actually have that covered, little Annabelle. Jason McCrae has a great question for you. Do you have a favorite TV show? And then he says, and why is it 90 Day Fiance?
Um, um, yes. So 90 Day Fiance was at the top of my list. And then Love Island came out, which is why Rock Island is now like very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, aside from that, I also like um, The Family Guy.
Oh, okay. So, but now it makes sense why you ask if all these guys are single because you love the dating shows. Ryan says, "Yeah, it's a crazy topic," and he's referring to Peggy and Robert, and I can't stop laughing. And he says, "Sorry, little Annabelle, he's not laughing at you. He's laughing with you, my friend."
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, good. Because let me hold on. I just gotta scratch his name off my list. All right, there we go.
Okay, good. Damien says, "Do spirits call us skinwalkers since we are in a skin body?"
Um, that's not all we call you. Um, yes, that's one of the terms. We sit around sometimes and we're like, oh, look at them trying to talk to everybody, but let's ignore them for at least 4 hours. And
Yeah.
then, uh, and then we go back to the dark web and talk about, the questions you ask us and, how you think we're trapped in rooms and stuff. It's just hilarious.
Oh, little Annabelle, you are truly bringing out the investigator in everybody. Jason McGray is just saying, did you know that Peggy the doll is a Canadian made doll that was found everywhere here to the point? It was very easy at one point to find at yard sales. And you know
Um,
what? You know what? I'm gonna grab something. Okay, little Annabelle, don't go anywhere.
uh-oh,
I wanna grab something.
uh-oh. Um, you know, while Sarah's doing whatever she's doing, um, just want to say too that I love Canada. I think Canada's a wonderful country. Um, I don't like the money that they use. The loonies and toonies are confusing. Uh oh, what? Why is that there?
This doll.
Yeah.
So I found this little girl. She was at a shop, a vintage shop, and I used another thing that upsets people. I used an app, the Ghost Radar, and just for funsies, little Annabelle. I didn't mean, I don't take it super serious. I don't.
I hope
Um,
not.
but my sister was holding this doll, and I said to the Ghost Radar, if you want me to take you home, you're going to have to say something. And you know what word came up? The very first word that came up?
Um, banana pudding,
No, mama.
mama.
So she came home with me. But same as Peggy the doll, I thought this doll might have been unique. She's got the porcelain legs, hands, and fit and head, but her body is cloth. This was like sold in like, you wouldn't know this, little Annabelle, but I think it was like sort of like a green stamp book, or it was an ad. You could buy these absolutely everywhere, and you can find these. I think I way overpaid for this, which was maybe $30. But you can find them like for a couple bucks again at yard sales. But that's what's so intriguing about haunted items, right, little Annabelle? Like, people, they bring up big emotions and big opinions, but yet we all want to find one and hold one
Yeah.
and be around one.
Listen, I mean, I find myself to be irresistible. I do want to caution you against those porcelain legs because, you know, as they get older, they crack. So my legs will always be perfect.
Yeah, well, this little one doesn't really do anything but sit anymore, so I think she's okay.
All right.
Ryan says, "You are definitely Chris and I's best friend. We got your back if any doll gives you crap." Little Annabelle, CNR's got you,
Oh,
girl.
see, I love them. And thank you for helping me build my army. I mean, my friend circle. Um, this is what I needed. Um, I want to thank Sarah and Rob and Danny for, helping introduce me to everybody. And maybe I will come to Kentucky next week and meet people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it would be great. I think you should make the tour. It's not parading around. It's introducing people to a phenomenon that is out there. And I think for me, I'm just going to put it out there because, and I write about it when I talk about the Devils on the Run tour that is coming to Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. I am not here to tell anyone what to believe, how to believe. But when there's an opportunity, little Annabelle, such as meeting an iconic figure like Annabelle, why would we not want the community to have a better understanding what this is, sort of the origin story, and the two paranormal pioneers who are attached to it. I think this is where if we are truly investigators, if we are truly researchers and explorers and the curious of the paranormal, it is really important to hear all things you don't like to hear and things you do like to hear, because you just don't know. You just don't know what that means to somebody else. But the little Annabelle, you are an amazing addition to Get Haunted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever played lawn darts?
No, I haven't ever played lawn darts, but can I just say this is amazing. Damien, I love this idea. You need a badge. Maybe we need to start stickering up your house, little Annabelle, for every little location that little Annabelle visits, and stick it on your, like, kind of like the refrigerator magnets, but you're wood. So maybe we can get fun location stickers to put on your case.
Oh, I love that because I've been looking at this case for a long time now, and it
Yeah.
hasn't changed much.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you. And Ryan said, "Oops, you said army. Watch out. Watch out." Well, listen, again, little Annabelle, we just thought it was really important. She's been watching all of the posts out there and the comments that come up on the posts that we do for Rock Island and Get Hunted. The ticket scamming has started, folks. So again, there are 3 ways that you can purchase your ticket to Devils on the Run, Rock Island Roadhouse in Rock Island, Illinois, October 4th. That is extremeticketing.com, extreme with an X. Also, you can go to the warrensconvention.com, scroll down and look for that particular event, and it's going to bring you right back to extremeticketing.com. And then also at the door, tickets will be checked. There will be armbands that you will be given. So again, if you're purchasing a ticket from somebody that said, "Oh, I bought it and now I can't go," it's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Send me their name so I can have a
I
chat
will.
with them.
I will. And Jason McGray, you're completely correct. At this point, to me, it's more about seeing a piece of history, Annabelle, as opposed to trying to experience something paranormal. And I think, Jason, I love how that's worded, because for me, that's how I feel about it. It is understanding why we are attracted to that. I am not here. I don't have any firsthand knowledge of working with the Warrens. I will not dispute somebody's story because I was not there, and I'm not going to sit on the other side of that and act like I do know, because I don't know. But I do know that Annabelle has truly changed some things in the paranormal, and it's why we have little Annabelle.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Was the Conjuring movie a documentary?
No, The Conjuring was not little Annabelle. The
No.
Conjuring is Hollywood taking a creative license to people's
Oh,
stories.
no.
I do believe Lorraine did. I think she was a part of it, but again, I wasn't there. I do think she was there, but yeah, no, if anybody's using The Conjuring as actual fact, and I believe, oh my goodness, little Annabelle, I just had word loss. I can't think of the name.
That's because I was in your head.
I think you might have been.
I jumped in for a second, and that's why I was confused too. I'm
Yeah.
like, why can't I see?
Yeah, I don't know, but no, it's not a documentary. So if
Okay.
anybody uses that as such, you're going to be greatly disappointed to learn that
I
that's
have
not
another
factual.
question.
Yeah.
Does Jason McGray have an OnlyFans?
Oh, I don't know, Jason. You might want to answer that for little Annabelle. But you know what? He's an author. Did you know that?
Well, I can't read yet.
I know, but maybe, Jason, I've got an idea, and I'm not going to put it out here on a live, but maybe Jason can work with us, little Annabelle.
Can he read to me?
He probably can. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you all right?
Sorry. Yeah, I lost my breath for a second.
Okay, good. So yes, folks, just so you know, we wanted to make sure that everybody understood. I know we were going to only be Sarah can't talk for 10 minutes. And when you get with little Annabelle, you just want to talk to her because, hey, he's got only ghosts. Only ghosts.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So we'll have to check that out. But thank you so much, little Annabelle. I think, everybody really does enjoy having their moment with you. Again, she belongs to Get Haunted. She is a real little Annabelle, everybody. She's not fake. So, but the reality, she is feisty, Ryan. But the reality is, you are here to help us answer some questions. And, we didn't want to be left out of what's going on. You see everybody out there posting pictures with big Annabelle. And now, if we get little Annabelle out to Rock Island, are you going to allow people to get pictures with you?
I'll gladly take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have one last. Where's Rob?
I don't know. Rob is not. He was busy this afternoon, but I wanted to get that PSA out there. Because it's important that people understand the ticket scams that happen when people put on large events, really any event, but when it's something as big as this, getting this kind of attention, everybody wants to feel relevant and be a part of it. Just like we're doing right now with you, little Annabelle. We're riding that wave. We're riding that wave, my friend.
You gotta ride the wave sometimes.
Yeah, you do. Little Annabelle, I love what you always have to say. Your deep piece of advice. Would you like to share that?
Well, the same one.
Yeah, and you can add some new if you would like.
Um, here's two pieces of wisdom I've picked up over the years. Number one, if if you love something, set it free, and if it comes back to you,
Mhm.
it was yours. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't, hunt it down and kill it.
Oh my, Annabelle, no, little
Um,
Annabelle, no.
and then number two is, um, you know, again, it's not the size of the Annabelle; it's how you use her.
Yeah, it's not the size of the Annabelle, it's how you use her. And oh my gosh, little Annabelle, you just got your first show invite.
Are you are you serious?
I'm serious. Ryan just asked, would little Annabelle like one of these days to be a guest on the CNR Paranormal podcast?
um, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Icy Spirits, our dear, dear, sweet friend Icy is here, little Annabelle.
Oh,
And she says little Annabelle is adorable.
I love Icy.
I
She's so
know.
sweet.
She is the best. We love Icy Spirits. Well, little Annabelle, you are gaining some traction. You've got your first show offer, and maybe this is how it worked out for Big Annabelle. You know, you got to
Um,
start somewhere.
she better watch her raggedy ass.
Well, we're going to keep it nice.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I say that out loud.
you did say that out loud,
Oh,
little Annabelle.
okay.
Well, thank you for being my host, my co-host today, little Annabelle, and thank you for the PSAs. Did we miss any PSA that we wanted to put out there outside of the ticket scam?
Um, just be nice to people.
Yeah. You're a little confusing, little Annabelle, because, you know, a little bit of a contradiction from what you were just saying earlier.
I'm sorry. You
It's
know,
okay.
we all go through a wide range of emotions sometimes.
Yeah. So does Rob want to pop on before we say goodbye to everybody?
Should I ask him?
I think you should ask him, little Annabelle, and everybody send some big love to little Annabelle.
Would you mind taking me
Down?
off screen for a minute?
Of course, little Annabelle. So everybody say bye to little Annabelle.
I love you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you. Thank you.
all the love.
All right, I'm going to take you down, little girl.
Okay, bye.
So little Annabelle giving us the PSA for ticket scamming right there well, we already know we see ticket scams going on. So folks, if you do see anybody, and as you're scrolling through Facebook, if they're not getting their tickets directly from Extreme Ticketing or at the door of Rock Island, they will not be honored because they are non-transferable. Hello, Mr. Rob. You still say it? What? You still say she's a little firecracker. That's what Dave.
Yeah, I came in and my laptop was on and the StreamYard's up. I'm like, what's going on?
I know. Well, I needed her help. So I just thought I would,
How come nobody told me?
well, I like to do that once in a while. I like to not.
I had to be back to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was out running errands. The skies started turning gray and like birds were falling out of the sky. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, and just so you know, she got her first show request.
Ooh.
Little Annabelle.
Really?
Yes, CNR Paranormal is asking her to be on. She might be popping up all over the place. I said she'd probably be giving Big Annabelle a run for her money.
She might be. Yeah. So what you guys talked about?
Just that the ticket scams, as you know, you've been sort of helping us out with that. The ticket scams are out there. There's the only 3 ways you can get tickets. Now, I don't know if on some of the Devils on the Run tour you can purchase tickets at the door, but Rock Island, extremeticketing.com, Warren's convention.com, and at the door. Those are the only 3 ways you can do it. Tickets are, though, even for the other Devils on the Run, they are non-transferable. And they are, I believe, no refunds. So there is nobody that bought a ticket that can no longer go. They are not to sell their tickets to anyone.
Well, the ones I've seen, right? It's like they have 3 friends and they changed their profile picture 2 days ago and created their account.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and on the tickets, and I did help them redesign their tickets. It shows, and trust me, you'll know. So, um, you can't trust those people. I mean, they're everywhere, and they're even being listed on events
Mm.
that don't even know somebody is taking their banner and adding Annabelle to it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. We got an email in yesterday asking about like some event in Chicago or something. I'm like, I don't. You got to ask Nesper. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
and I do know even for Rock Island, just, here's the thing, people try to take away from the hard work that people put into these, whether you like it or not, whether you like an event coming up or not, there's a lot of time, effort, and money put into these events. For Rock Island, I know somebody has created Rocks Island or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
and so you do want to pay attention. You'll know the real Rock Island. You'll see the vibe, you'll see the style. And if you see something else out there that looks, and I think they use like an AI picture, so it was a really lazy
They
attempt
did that. I think they did that last year too.
last year. Yeah, they did. But people do put a lot of time and effort into these things. So if you don't like it, you don't have to go. But this is for community to come together and decide what they want. We're super excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. So buy a ticket, go see it. Look, I've been you've got to be around Annabelle at the convention. Yes, you did.
I did. I have a picture in front of her. And here's the thing, and again, no disrespect, everybody has their sort of appeal, right? So each item, and it's funny because they have many items that they bring, and it's just this one that's really got people like
They
this
bring
one's got
some
people
legit
wigged out.
crazy shit. Like that satanic idol thing is, for me,
Yeah.
it's like the creepiest thing ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I just I really hate the way it looks, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, people freak. But I've been around it. You've been around it. Buy a ticket and go. If you really need to see the damn thing that bad, just go buy a ticket and stop.
Yeah.
Like the insanity is
Well,
insanity.
I would assume, I'm going to make this assumption. It is the Shadow Doll for me as well, Damien. For me, I think I'm not quite sure what people do think going to see Annabelle is. I don't know. I don't know what's in their head. However, I've seen some people put out some pretty big opinions out there.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of speaking as if they were actually one of the two people that, had her. And but when you go, from what I witnessed, especially at the Warren Paracon and the one Devils on the Run tour that I got to be a part of, which was the kickoff of this tour last year at the Haunted Shanley Hotel.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. You're not going just to stare at a doll. You are meeting 4 prominent figures that have a lot of experience, not just with this item, but with Lorraine. They have had they had relationships with her that they built over years, and she meant something very big to them, each of them something very different. And so you learn their stories a little bit, not a lot, but you'll learn the history. You'll learn the history of the items. And then I believe they do share some of Ed's history. So you're really kind of going to get the bigger picture, in my opinion.
Well, I would assume and hope so, right? But I mean, should we? Like, I don't know. I look at this and I'm like, all right. So if somebody doesn't believe dinosaurs ever existed, should we shut down every museum in the country? Like, I just don't understand a lot of the logic. Because as far as I know, not a single ticket that I've ever seen sell for it says come. Know what I'm saying? You're coming to see and understand this. Maybe you will never understand it, but to see, and like you said, an iconic object, right? I don't think anybody's in there like trying to push a narrative. It's just weird to me. It's just weird, but I'm also not insane.
Well, I think the other problem though is, right, I think so many people have sort of built their and I've always used this term, the sort of a little bit of this caricature that they build in the paranormal and of
Mm,
themselves. And, people do build a little bit of that off of something that many didn't have the opportunity to sort of lay eyes on, right? Or learn about firsthand. And
yeah,
now there is some things that are being offered to the curious and the paranormal lovers and seekers,
yeah.
that get to make up their own
Oh,
minds,
yeah,
because, right, they're going to go do it themselves. And I think that takes away, it shouldn't take away from those moments that somebody got that many people didn't get,
correct.
right?
I agree. And that's even when we first started. Like when we first started with the Devils on the Run, I think we were the first Devils on the Run.
Mhm.
It's like it wasn't about pitching the story. It was about here's your opportunity to come see these things since you can't. There's even people out there who have in the past offered the same exact thing
Yeah.
that are now disagreeing with it. Like it just I'm like, wow, is it so when we run with the current like trending stories, it isn't, man. We're doing the same damn thing with little Annabelle. I know little Annabelle saw this and was like, hey, I need some likes and views here. She's like, because I'm sitting up on this shelf next to an Nganga.
Yeah.
No, and they pay attention to the Nganga. They don't really pay attention to me. So I
Yeah.
want to talk. I'm sure that's how she ended up on your show today.
But you know what else is interesting? You know how people have a real problem with Annabelle, and that gets some big attention. And I think because it's attached to two very big names in the paranormal that everybody
Mm.
knows. But if we have a problem with her, what about all these locations that people go to that have big
Oh,
stories and big hauntings, and we're
yeah,
quite okay with putting people in that position?
yeah.
So it's to me, and I'm not, listen, you have your opinions, have your beliefs. I am okay with, none of it affects me. Um, but I do find it very interesting and intriguing, the phenomenon. Um, oh, she, hey nerds.
Hey, Ruby.
Hey Ruby. Um, I find,
Mm,
especially, you got celebrity, you have, locations, you have all these things that bring out big opinions for people, right? And then yet it's not okay for this, but it's okay for that. Like it is truly a very intriguing phenomenon.
yes. I I'll save my opinions for a bigger and deeper show, right?
Yeah.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Because I I do have I do have something that does make sense. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
save it because Rob's on a good track. Rob is not, saying that many stupid things lately, but we'll see.
Well, listen, and that was nothing. I guess it's just to say, right? If we don't realize, that some of this is about controversy, um, that's truly what it's about. But all this week, I'm trying the Midnight Man game to see if any of the truth behind the rumors. Damien, keep us posted, and I love that. I love when people
What's the
do.
Midnight Man game?
You've never seen that? Oh, I've seen a couple, like I think either TikToks or shorts
Mm-mm.
with girls playing that game. I don't know
You
all the
know,
rules to it, but it's
I,
creepy.
I'm an
It's
adult. I really don't have TikTok.
I don't either. Denise, I need my location to have some controversy. So,
Um,
well, if you want, we can drum some
you
up.
got it. We'll be there. I'll be there in 5 days. So batten
Yeah.
down the hatches, lady.
Yeah, you ready? You ready for some controversy? Let's do it.
We're doing it.
Um, so yeah, I think, I do know, and the one thing that people don't understand, and that's okay, you don't have to, but uh, Nesper does take great care in how they travel, and handle all the items, not just Annabelle. And so they do what they do, and they have their beliefs, and they have their protections, and they take great pride and care in how they
They
do
do.
travel. And if you've ever been to any of their setups, you will know that they're handled very, very kindly,
Oh, yeah.
in my opinion, what I've witnessed
Oh,
anyways.
a shit ton of diligence. Oh, and guess what?
What?
Not one person over there has ever tried to force a story on me. Not Wow.
No, I've never had them. I mean, they know my belief system, which is very different from theirs, and they've never made me feel inferior or that I was wrong. We've had, which I really
That's where I come in. I'm the one that does that.
no, but
You're
I did.
inferior and you're wrong.
That's right. But I love that about our first tour at the Shanley, because there was a moment when we got to work, we all came together to work, and they allowed us to speak, they allowed me to speak,
Mhm.
and they had their time to speak, and they were, difference of techniques and thoughts, and everybody sat in one big beautiful seance room, and worked really well together. Everybody was very respectful and took what resonated and let go of what didn't. It was quite the amazing thing to watch adults be adults. And actually, we had some kids in there, kids that acted more like adults than most adults. So yeah, I think that it is educational for some. It is a bucket list item for others. And it is an opportunity that in the past not many had, and now several, if by your choice, is now an opportunity to you. So, what are you looking for?
Just the shirts. By the way, you can't go live without plugging some new products. This is the Dowsing Rod shirts that we currently launched.
That's a good one. Kind of goes along with what Little Annabelle said about it's not the size of the Annabelles.
Yeah. I mean, imagine that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure Annabelle loves this shirt.
Yeah.
So we got that, and then we had the the charity shirts that Denise and Ernie put out. This one was one that I effed up, but
I love that. Oh, can I order one up to bring to Trifecta?
yeah, it's already done. I know how you work. Okay, that's why I was wondering where that shit is. So yeah, those are done. Couple orders went out. So yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Scotsman, I don't know. Again, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
show me your orbs is epic. So yeah,
Thank
it is the paranormal is ramped up, folks. Everybody is in the game. You're starting to see all sorts of people coming out of the woodwork on lots of posts. But I am here. We stand by what Get Haunted is and what the mission is, and it's never been to tell you how to paranormal or tell you that you're wrong or right. It is about the exploration and the many different ways that people paranormal. So, when this opportunity came up for Rock Island, which is turning into one of the most diverse opportunities. So if you're new and you're curious, I'm going to tell you something. This particular event is for you. This particular event has 4 different museums right now going. We do have the Devils on the Run tour. That is Nesper. We have Empty Casket Talking Board Museum. We have Nevada State Prison Museum coming as well. And now we have Jeff Whittams, who does do the main paranormal and horror paracon. He's coming, and I believe he has an asylum museum to set up for everybody. So this is just, to me, that alone is insane, that there are 4 different ways that people paranormal, and you can get in there and see artifacts and learn some history.
It is kick-ass.
It is so kick-ass. Plus, we do have a small spirits, squatches, and stories around the campfire the Friday before, and that is with the Pecs, the Eskews, Grizzly Chris, Greg Bucket, and Squatchman. So there is a little bit of a trifecta for you to learn about. Some CE5, some cryptid. We have a paranormal immersive with Chris Smith from Hulu's Monster Inside, plus the amazing and many teams such as CNR Paranormal, Get Haunted, Mike Castro coming in with some headshots for you at a great price. I mean, it's authors, locations, teams, spiritualists that come in with their great, amazing merch and items for you. You've got psychic mediums. There's some gallery readings by Rick Hayes, by Dr. Rebecca Foster, and also the Blue Bodie. I'm just telling you, you're going to walk out of this one, not just with some great tangible items, but with some great new knowledge.
Yeah. Rebecca Foster is creepy as shit with her ability to do like medical stuff because yeah, she's
Yeah.
good. Trust me.
She's spot on. She'll be she's also Friday night, Rob. She is could not make the Saturday, but she did want to add to the Rock Island. So she will be there Friday doing a gallery reading. So folks,
Okay.
you cannot that for the price, I'm just going to tell you, go to extremeticketing.com for Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo right there in Rock Island, Illinois, October 4th. I'm telling you, if you want to make one trip and you want to make it worth your time, that's it, folks. That is your expo right there.
And come to Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yes, we do. We have the MSP, the book drop. These walls still talk. You're going to want to come to that June 21st, extremeticketing.com. We didn't mean to take up all your Saturday, but we did want to come by and get Lil Annabelle in on some PSAs and get you filled with all the exciting things out there because people are getting busy. Events are rocking. And what else, Rob?
And the ticks are talking.
Oh, the ticks are bad. Everybody watch out for ticks this summer.
Yeah.
They're bad.
All right. I got to eat something, bro.
All right, we'll go eat something. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Ryan, I believe you're still at the Museum for Lost Souls, so enjoy that. Can't wait to hear what you guys got. Yeah, everybody, no shows tonight on the air. Steven, we miss you. No shows on air tonight, but shows coming back tomorrow, unless it's a long weekend, because it is. Did you know Memorial Day weekend, Rob? It's a holiday weekend. Well, not today. It's the weekend. It's the long weekend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I better go eat something and think about that.
You better think about that. That is true. All right. Well, with that, folks, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. We are excited to get back to work. And with that,
don't get scammed. Basically,
don't get scammed. No scam.
A lot of them out there.
Yeah. All right. So with that, love you. Peace out. And we will talk to you later.